Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
And a pleasant good Monday afternoon here today from Kindred. It is Class B softball as the Thompson Tommies and the Kindred Vikings match up here in a top 5 showdown in the state here on yourliveevent.com. Welcome to our pregame show. I'm Chase Miller. Pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Today, blustery, windy conditions, gusts from about 30 miles an hour. Temperatures in the mid-40s, so it feels just above freezing right now here in Kindred as it currently stands for our first game and our only game today of a 7-inning contest. Thompson and Kindred. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to our coaches' conversation. We'll hear from Matt Chandler. We'll hear from Sam Brandt, all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening pitch here today on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we continue on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Here today, it's Thompson going up against Kindred, as Matt kind of alluded to on our pregame back on Saturday. A lot of Region 1 flavor that you're going to see here over the next couple of days. Matt Chandler, again, head coach for Thompson. Matt, let's recap your games against Central Cass before we talk about the Vikings. What'd you like about your team in 2 games against the Central Cass Squirrels on Saturday?
You know, I told the kids this, and we had a good conversation. I feel like it's the first true softball games that we've played in the last year and a half where we had competitive at-bats and we moved on from mistakes and we picked each other up and played a complete game, pitched it well in the circle, outside of 1 inning. Told the kids, you look at the box score in game 1, the scoreboard wasn't quite a match with the box score. Mitchell's good. And we had 1 rough inning, and when you do that against good teams, it sometimes it hurts you. But I thought for the most part we played 2 very complete softball games.
You go up against the Kindred Vikings, which has been a tradition or a theme going up against the Sam Brandt team when you see them on the diamond here, Matt.
A lot of familiarity. We try to get down here and play these guys, and it wasn't too long ago we were just one region. So a lot of familiarity. They're going to be very well coached. They're going to run the bases well. They're going to pitch it well. They make plays on defense. We can't make any mistakes to their hitters and hold runners on base. And it'll be a tight one, and it'll be a fun one, and it's good for us going forward.
How about Cindy Eliason with that 3-run homer, obviously with the answer in game number 2 after Central Cass got the 3-run homer? Just kind of how you see her maturation throughout the course of this season so far?
Yeah, I told her, I said, must seem like a beach ball right now. She's been locked in from day one. She's had really good competitive at-bats, squared a lot of balls up. but a kid that's put in a lot of time, and the fruits of her labor are starting to show now. And she plays in the summer, and she loves the sport, and I'm glad she's having success.
Final thing that I'll ask about a player, Claire Collins. She can obviously in center field, she can go left center, right center, cover a lot of ground. A really good productive at bat as well with walks or getting base hits. What have you just seen from Claire so far throughout the season here, Matt?
Steady Eddie, never too high, never too low. Heck of a center fielder, leadoff hitter for us. She just finds a way. I mean, whether she's down 0-2 or she's up in the count 3-0, you're going to see consistency from her. She's going to stay within herself. And a veteran, she's been doing it a long time, and she knows what we kind of expect out of her, and love to have her.
Hey, Matt, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today in Kindred.
Thank you very much.
And again, head coach Matt Chandler for the Tommies. We'll back with more after this on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Kindred, it is a Class B softball with the Kindred Vikings going up against Thompson Tommies to open up the week. And, well, you never know what you're going to get for weather, but this is a little bit more, feel like winter conditions and summer conditions on Friday, Sam, but that's the nature of spring sports. Main thing is you are getting a game in today. Later in the week, it looks a bit better for the midseason madness. Biggest thing from your team is what over the last week and a half here before you get to Hillsboro in that region tournament that you want to see from your club here, Sam?
Adjustments, mindset, being able to take what they've gained in the 700 practice hours we've put in this year and being able just to be able to use them.
You look at a Matt Chandler team and a Thompson Tommy team that's been very consistent, making it to a state tournament or having success in Region 2. So what's going to be a challenge here against Thompson later today, Sam?
Being able to put the ball in play, put pressure on in the bases offensively, and limit the errors defensively. That's going to be big for us.
You look at in the circle, Charlie Odegaard, just kind of how have you seen her maturation throughout the course of the year so far?
She's a stud. Only got a few innings and starts last year as a junior, and then this year she's just stepped up in such a big way as a senior leader and a senior pitcher. You can tell she wants it, and it's exciting to put her in the circle because she wants it.
You know, one or two more seniors to talk about here, which is what you have on the team with her battering ram, so to speak, with Kittleson behind the plate. What have you just kind of seen from her maturation as well and being one of those really good catchers that can, get base runners on the base pass as well?
Yeah, some confidence, being able to talk and be loud with her teammates and connect. That's really, really important. And the rest of them, it's really about how they lead and how they talk and being able just to control their controllables and really enjoying the game because for a lot of them, it's their last season as a senior. And the spring has been very nice to us, so we're just going to enjoy every minute.
A final thing for you, Sam. In conditions like this, it doesn't matter if the wind's blowing in, wind's blowing out. When you do have some gusts that are going to make their way up to 20, 30 miles an hour with a pop fly or a fly ball, how important is just communication, no matter if it's foul territory or something that gets lazy fly ball that goes to center that all of a sudden makes its way to left field as an example?
Yeah, the weather conditions don't change any of the expectations. I tell the girls all the time, we're girls. We've done way harder things than play in cold weather. So the expectation stays the same. For us to be able to compete and win, we've got to do all the things that we do well.
Sam, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
Yeah, thanks.
That again, Sam Brandt, head coach of the Vikings. We're back with more after this on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Every Sunday I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. Like, we laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Dagelman.
I thoroughly like walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
We wouldn't be where we are at today without all of our great employees.
Helps my bottom line. It gives back money to the community.
Of course, there's always concern with the roads, and of course the jobs that's created because of it. We can always use extra jobs, and of course the tax revenue and the income, and for the schools.
They're very good economic for the community. I mean, they keep everybody going. There's more money to come in.
There's going to be income coming to this fire department that they can count on, and we don't have to keep on upping the property tax.
This will help people here keep farming. How can you go wrong?
As we continue on our pregame show here today from Kindred, after we heard from both of the coaches, this is our pregame show. Go to Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. That is irieins.com to get a free quote started today. The Thompson Tommies at 9-1 on the season. The Kindred Vikings at 8-1. They both played Central Cass for their most recent games, while Thompson lost to Central Cass in game 1 8-0, but came back and won a 5-inning game that was 9-8. Cindy Eliasson had the 3-run homer in the bottom of the 4th inning that eventually became the game-winning hit for Thompson in their win over Central Cass. They were scheduled to play Carrington tomorrow, but that game has now been moved to Monday, where they will play Mayport, CG, and Carrington on Monday. And Thompson now here for the Thompson Tommies. They'll play the Patriots at 4 o'clock with Carrington to follow roughly at around 5:30, 5:45 on Monday. So the next game now for Thompson after tonight is scheduled to be with the Midseason Madness, and that'll be at against Mandan on Friday at 7 p.m. in Fargo. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, 8-1 on the season. Their last game, a loss against the Central Cass Squirrels, where they gave up a couple of home runs, lost 6-2 back on Friday in the contest. They will play next now Thursday at Hillsborough Central Valley on yourliveevent.com, then play the Midseason Madness as well. They have 2 games on Friday, Dickinson at 1:30 in the afternoon, and then from there they will either play Renville County or Grand Forks Red River here for the Kindred Vikings. The Vikings head coach is Sam Brandt. For the Thompson Tommies, their head coach is Matt Chandler. Again, that does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. When we come back, we'll get to our starting lineups and the opening pitch today for Class B softball from Kindred on your live event.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Life moves fast, but your mind doesn't always have to. Practicing mindfulness, even for a minute, can help you stay calm and focused. Try noticing your breathing, paying attention to your surroundings, or taking a moment to reset before a test or a practice. Set goals that matter to you, celebrate small wins, and don't forget to take a break from screens. Your brain needs downtime just as much as your body does. Mental health isn't one big choice. It's a bunch of small ones you can make every day, and you're capable of all of them. Go Tommies!
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
As we come back here, as we go from our Irie Insurance pregame show now to our starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. The Thompson Tommies, the visitors on the scoreboard here today, will go like this. In center is Claire Calling. She'll bat leadoff with Maya Workin, the senior shortstop, batting second. Kaya Hurst at third base, the senior, batting third with Cindy Eliason, the second baseman. Here for the Thompson Tommies, she'll be batting in the cleanup role here for the junior. Fiona Hendrickson, the senior catcher, batting fifth with Abby Olson in the circle, the senior pitcher. Presley Hedelveit, the freshman designated player, will be batting seventh. Edison Lopez, the junior left fielder, eighth with Oster, the sophomore right fielder, batting ninth. Morgan Muse, the junior first baseman, will be the flex position here today for Matt Chandler. Again, Colleen Workin, Hurst in the lineup, top third, middle third, Eliason, Hendrickson, and Olson. Edelveit, Lopez, and then Oster again is your starting lineup here for Thompson with the flex of Morgan Muse. Thompson 9-1 on this season. Game number 11 going up against Kindred, who stands at 8-1 on the year. This is their 10th game of the season. Head coach is Sam Brandt. We'll get to their infield and outfield in a moment. That is our starting lineups again, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower-owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That's crystalsugar.com. Again, overcast skies, winds blowing in from the west here today with gusts up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. Temperatures in the mid-40s as we get underway with an opening pitch at 4:31 here today in Kindred. As this one will miss low for a ball, it's now 1-0 on the way to Claire Calling. Kate Odegaard in left field with Emma Schmitz in center. Hillman stands in right here for the Kindred Vikings. Here's the 1-0. That'll be called a strike now, 1-1. Nipstead in third base, Tazarek at shortstop with Mathis at second, Fuchsa at first, and Kittleson behind the plate here for the Vikings. Vikings in their all-white attire here this afternoon. As this one will run inside for a ball, it's 2-1. As the Vikings, all-white uniforms with Vikings across the front in blue, outlined in black with the blue numerals. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It'll be called a strike now, 2-2. For the Thompson Tommies in their black attire, the white numerals outlined in green here today for Thompson. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to the leadoff batter here to Calling. And Odegaard's 2-2 off-speed pitch, and there's one down. So one down on the Nodak Insurance Chris Moan Agency Company scoreboard as it goes to Maya Workin. Probably our biggest asset here today is the center field camera, which is about right smack dab in the middle of the wind with no resistance in front. So hopefully that stays put throughout the course of today as Workin takes a strike at 0-1. The senior shortstop here for Matt Chandler and the Tommies. Last game for Thompson back on Saturday, a doubleheader, a 7-5 against the Central Cass Squirrels. While for Kindred, their last game was on Friday here in Kindred. A lot different weather conditions. That was a gorgeous day. Kind of bring your sweatshirt out, maybe a T-shirt, just enjoy a day outside. This kind of feels like, again, a little bit of March in the air here with the weather that we're having this afternoon. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Jammed her, popped up. We'll see if it's on a play, and it will be foul. It's now 1-2. Running in on the hands there on Workin after the pitch by Charlie Odegaard. Going back through a couple of games ago, Charlie Odegaard against Central Cass. 7 innings in the complete game lost. 9 hits, 6 runs, with 3 of them earned. No walks and 5 strikeouts there for Charlie Odegaard. As the senior, the number 1 here this season for Central, for the Kindred Vikings for head coach Sam Brandt. She will go up against Abby Olson here, and we'll get to her stats once we get through this respective top of the first inning. 1-2 pitch in on the ground. This one goes right to Nipstead at third. She'll make the play across the way to Fuchsa. 5-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down here in the top of the first inning. That was a quick one hopper to the third baseman. Workin is retired. Now it goes to Kaya Hurst, the senior third baseman here for the Thompson Tommies. As Hurst will dig in 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the first. First pitch swinging. It's now 0-1. Odegaard able to get Calling out in 5 pitches. Maya Workin fouled a couple of them off as well, but got ahead in the count 1-2 before she grounded out. The 0-1 pitch just popped up, and that'll go over the concession stands here, as it'll be now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes on the way. And we'll have Charlie Odegaard looking for her second punch-out of the inning. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and there is the second punch-out, and there's 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the first. On the Nodak Insurance Chris Moan Agency scoreboard, it's Thompson scoreless with the Kindred Vikings coming to the plate.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
When we bought our first home in Fargo, we had no idea where to start. A friend told us to call First Class Mortgage, and I'm so glad we did. They explained every step, answered all of our questions, and made us feel completely at ease. We closed on time and even got a better rate than expected. If you're buying or refinancing, trust me, call First Class Mortgage. They really do live up to their name.
First Class Mortgage is locally owned. Visit firstclasscorp.com for more info.
As Kindred going up against Abby Olson against Central Cass on Saturday. Olson, 7 innings of work, 8 hits. There were 8 runs, 5 earned, 4 strikeouts, and 6 walks in the loss here against Whitney Mitchell and Central Cass. As Olson will pitch here to Kittleson, the opposing catcher. That'll miss outside for a ball. It's a 1-0. Here's the starting lineups for the Kindred Vikings after this pitch, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. As Kittleson fouls this one back, it's 1-1. Mathis batting second, the senior second baseman, with Janet Tazarek batting third, the junior shortstop. Sierra Nipstead, the cleanup batter, the sophomore third baseman, with Kate Odegaard, the sophomore left fielder. The 1-1 pitch by Olson going through the zone there is Kittleson. She offered. It's 1-2. Charlie Odegaard, the senior pitcher, in the circle with Brianna Fuchsa, the senior first baseman, batting seventh. Ava O'Keefe, the 8th grader, designated player, and then Emma Schmitz, the freshman center fielder, as Olson runs one on the hands. Kittleson is retired on 4 pitches, and there's 1 down, and then Hillman will be out in right field today for Sam Brandt and the Kindred Vikings. Again, that's our starting lineup, brought to you in part by American Crystal. So 4 pitches, and Lila Kittleson is retired. Now it goes to Josie Mathis. Mathis, first pitch, swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. Lopez stands in left field here for Thompson, with Collington straightaway center, and Oster stands in right. We'll get to the infield after this one here to the senior second baseman with Mathis. Olson works ahead in the count, 0-1. That'll run out of the zone. It's 1-1. Hurst at third base with Workin at shortstop. Eliason over at second, and Muse at first with Hendrickson behind the plate. 1-1 pitch, fouled again, almost to the same spot, and now it's 1-2. So Abby Olson was able to get Kittleson out on 4 pitches, trying to do the same here for Mathis, while Mathis looking to be the first base runner aboard for either club here this afternoon. 1-2 pitch, fouled off, and we'll do it all over again. So Josie, 3 foul tips. This one just fouled straight back. Thompson and Kindred, 2 teams who right now are on top of their respective regions, with Kindred being number 2 and Thompson being number 1, as this one is popped up in the air, playable down the third base side, and Kaya Hurst will take it on a pop fly, and that'll be 2 down. So 2 down, bottom of the first inning here, as the Kindred Vikings with Jenna Tazarek will come in for the first time here this afternoon. As this will work out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. Mid-season madness. If you're a fan of softball, head on to the north side of Fargo this Friday and Saturday throughout the afternoon into the evening on both days, and Saturday more in the morning throughout the latter part of the afternoon, as a number of teams are making their way across the state of North Dakota. Able to see a mixture of East-West, A versus B in their respective brackets. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. It's now 2-1. Thompson has Mandan again coming up here on Friday afternoon, while the Kindred Vikings will have a date with Dickinson on Friday. As there's a swing and a miss. Now 2-2. So after falling behind the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Janet Tazarek. as Olsen in the circle. 2-2 pitch. It'll be the first 3-ball count here for Abby. And works the count full. Nipstead on deck if Desar can reach. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and Olsen gets the strikeout and matches Charlie Odegaard with a 3-up, 3-down inning and 2 Ks as well. As we played 1 inning today here from Kindred, we're scoreless as we head to the top of the second.
And everything they said is what they did. When they built the plan, Wildlife wanted this, wanted that. They bent over backwards to satisfy everybody.
This kind of gave us a shot in the arm. Now we're going to build a new community center. We're allowed to give funding to a lot of our school programs.
Our kids have had all of this as their backyard, so it's a great way of life.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Top of the second inning, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 batters coming up here for the Thompson Tommies as the junior second baseman, Sydney Eliason, will come up to the plate. And she will take a ball as it's now 1-0 for Charlie Odegaard in her second inning of work here in the circle. 1-0 pitch. That'll work as well for a ball. Now 2-0. This is going to be hit down the left field line. That'll be a fair ball in there on the way. Good piece of hitting there for Fiona Hendrickson as she got behind the count. She'll draw a base hit. And the Thompson Tommies get a first runner aboard here in the top of the second inning. In the at-bat was Sydney Eliason. She struck out looking, and now Fiona Hendrickson is able to get aboard, and we'll have a new runner into the game here for Thompson, as Schumacher will come in for the senior catcher and courtesy run. So Schumacher comes in, and courtesy runs one down here in the top of the second inning after a strikeout with Cindy Eliason. Now it's going to be Abby Olsen, the senior pitcher, going up against her counterpart here in Odegaard for the Kindred Vikings. There's a fly ball hit deep into the air. That's going to left center field, way back to the warning track, and that's gone. Abby Olsen with a 2-run homer on one pitch, and the senior pitcher does indeed help her own cause, as it's now 2-0 in favor of the Thompson Tommies. Abby Olsen just got a good piece of that, able to swing and give it a drive into left center field. So Olsen brings in Schumacher from first base, and then she will score as well. So a 2-run homer here for the Thompson Tommies. And just like that, 2 hits and 2 runners in for Thompson on the Nodak Insurance Chris Moen Agency scoreboard here in the top of the second inning. Just off the bat, sounded good. The wind not blowing in from the left, blowing in from the right when there is those wind gusts throughout the course of this afternoon. And this one is jammed, popped. Janet Tazark plays it on the one hop, makes a good throw over to Fuchsa. One pitch as Presley Hedelveit is retired. It's 6-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. So 2 down here, top of the second inning, as it goes down to Edison Lopez, the junior left fielder. Thompson 3 up, 3 down in the first, and this will be their 5th batter coming up in the top of the second inning here with the junior left fielder. And all the last 3 batters all swinging early in the count. It's resulted in a 2-run homer by Olsen on a 1 pitch. Hedelveit was retired on a ground out, and Lopez now falls behind the count, no balls and a strike. Here's the 0-1 from Odegaard. Not going through the zone was Addy. Kind of had that first swing through almost on a step, and then readjusting, relocated. The 1-1 on the way. That'll work out of the zone for a ball. It's now 2-1. Bottom of the second inning, Nipstead, Odegaard, and Odegaard. That's Kate, then Charlie due up here for the Kindred Vikings. Kindred with the win, looking to improve to 9-1 on the season. Thompson with the win, looking to get to 10-1 on the year here at the varsity level. As that'll work outside and up out of the zone. It's now 3-1. So 3-1 on the way here for Lopez, trying to get a board against Charlie Odegaard. 3-1 pitch, foul back, will work the count full. And for the Thompson Tommies, this will be their first full ball count against Odegaard in the circle at 3-2 here for the junior left fielder. As Odegaard takes a look inside the circle, gets the numbers from Sam Bryant where she takes a look at her wristband, and where do they go? This one is popped up down the third baseline. As we've seen this through softball now for many years, where it's not just a signal in from a catcher perspective. Kind of look at what the wristband says, and even for the infielders, they can see if it's going to be off speed, something outside. As the 3-2 pitch is going to be swung on and miss, and there's a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts for Odegaard. She's got 4 in the contest, but there was 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base after the Abby Olson 2-run homer. New score after an inning and a half. It's Thompson 2, Kindred coming to the plate with 0.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
If you can dream it up, we can make it a reality. Hello, this is Jonathan Olson with Greenworks Landscaping and Fencing. We can offer you a complete package when it comes to an external look to your property. Paver patios, outdoor kitchens, retaining walls, or fencing. We offer you all that and more. Our fences are built to last, so you have low maintenance beauty that not only improves the look, but also the value of your home. To show us your ideas or let us help you design your perfect outdoor sanctuary, check us out on the web at gworkslf.com.
As we come back here on yourliveevent.com from Kindred, Sierra Nipstead, the sophomore third baseman, will take a ball to open up her at-bat here against Abby Olson. Olson, 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first inning, 3 up, 3 down against Kittleson, Mathis, and Tazarek. As this one works all the way to the backstop as well, it's now 2-0. Sierra Nipstead, Kate Odegaard, then Charlie Odegaard here for the Kindred Vikings. As Nipstead will dig back in here and look to be the first base runner to try to get a board here against Olson this afternoon. Nipstead will take outside for a ball. For Kindred, back-to-back batters that have taken a 3-ball count. Zark worked the count full before striking out swinging to end the first. See if Nipstead gets the green light or not on the 3-0. As it's not going to make a difference, as she'll take a 4-pitch walk, and the Vikings do get their first base runner aboard here in the contest in the bottom of the second inning. Now it's to Kate Odegaard, the sophomore left fielder, as Hendrickson will talk it over with Olson in the circle. This little meeting on the circle brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. Get in contact with Jim Pearson and his team today at Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. So Thompson leads by 2. After the 2-run homer by Abby Olson, if you're just joining us in the top half of the frame, as there's a swing and a miss here to Kate Odegaard, it's 0-1. Kindred's scheduled to have a baseball game against Central Cass tomorrow. That has been pushed back to Thursday at 5 p.m. here on your live event. The 0-1 pitch going to be jammed her, goes to the second baseman. Eliason will take the out recorded there. So for Kate Odegaard, almost works like a sacrifice bunt. She'll be retired, but does move Nipstead up 60 feet. 4-3 on the putout. Odegaard is retired, and there's 1 down. So Kindred Central Cass again for baseball upcoming will be Thursday right here on yourliveevent.com, and we'll have that for you at 5 p.m. for the scheduled first pitch. As this one hops all the way to the backstop, Nipstead will make the turn around third, and she'll stay put. As Charlie Odegaard now sees Sierra Nipstead 60 feet away from trying to get a run up on the board here for the Vikings in the bottom of the second inning. Fuchs on the on-deck circle here for Kindred. 1-0 pitch, looking to bunt. This one goes foul. It's 1-1. Sometimes in softball as well, just looking to manufacture some runs throughout the course of an afternoon. more from a squeeze or a straight suicide squeeze. That one more of a little bit safety as Nipstead being held on by Hurst even with the bag at third. This one goes right back to Olsen. Olsen will take a look back now, will make the throw. Here's the throw over and coming in to score. So Olsen looked back, Nipstead for a second, then turned and got the sure out there with Charlie Odegaard. And once she went to go turn and throw at first, Nipstead was barreling down to come in and score the first run of the game here for the Kindred Vikings. So moving the runner up 60 feet, the wild pitch does come back and cost Thompson, but Thompson does get the out here with Charlie Odegaard, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the second as it goes to Fuchsa. Fuchsa, first pitch swinging, hits this one. This is going to be bobbled by Hurst, and eventually Fuchsa will get a board. So the Vikings will get an extra out here in the bottom of the second inning, as they're trailing it now 2-1 as it goes to the 8th grader and their designated player here in this one with Ava O'Keefe. So a leadoff walk does come in to score again for Nipstead. As Fuchsa stands pat at first base, O'Keefe works with a hitter's count here at 1-0. 5th batter of the inning for the Vikings here in the bottom of the second. O'Keefe takes a good swing at it, going and throwing it back behind, and eventually coming in to second base here will be Fuchsa as they threw behind to Muse and just a little bit behind there at first base. So now Fuchsa gets into scoring position as she was off and going. Here's the 1-1. O'Keefe will take it just underneath the zone now, 2-1 with Emma Schmitz due up next. And there was no time called, so going from second to third will be Fuchsa. She gets another 60 feet closer to home. So the Vikings going from first to third with Nipstead and now first to third with Fuchsa. Fuchsa will like to join Nipstead and score as this one is going to be popped up, and that'll be foul. And it's 2-2. For the Thompson Tommies, they will send up their 9-1 and 2 batters with Oster, Calling, and Warkin in the top of the third inning. Here's a 2-2 from Olsen. Swing and a miss, and that'll retire the side. There was 1 run on no hits, and Aaron, a runner left on base. New score now after 2 here in Kindred. It's the Kindred Vikings down by 1 as we head to the top of the third inning.
Embrace the joy of community at Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, where wonderful neighbors and energetic minds come together. If you're seeking more than just a place to call home, you found the right spot with Halstead Living Center and Heritage House. Whether your interests lie in music, agriculture, sports, or dancing, you'll find someone who shares your passion and expertise. Discover a fulfilling lifestyle filled with connection and celebration with Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead. Get more information by calling 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
Top of the third inning we go here today from the Nodak Insurance Chris Moan Nodak Insurance Agency scoreboard. It's a 2-1 advantage here for the Thompson Tommies on YourLiveEvent.com. Game that's about 25 minutes old here in the top of the third inning. Again, 9-1 and 2 batters with Oster here for the right fielder sophomore digging in for the Thompson Tommies. There's a swing and a miss. Little rise ball there for Charlie Odegaard, now 0-1. As Odegaard, third inning of work here for the Vikings. The 0-1. Gonna work out of the zone for a ball now, 1-1. Thompson scheduled to play Carrington tomorrow. That has been moved to Monday for softball, as they will have Mayport, CG, and Carrington coming into Thompson. Starting at 4 o'clock with the Patriots. As this one works low for a ball, it's now 2-1. So if you can't make it to the Diamond and Thompson there in Murfield, will have it for you. Josh Boyko on the call on Monday afternoon for those 2 contests. This one will be fouled back. Now 2-2. Kindred was scheduled to play Enderlin tomorrow. That game has been moved to Monday for a Region 1 counter against the Enderlin Eagles. So just with the pending weather forecast, the temperatures, the wind, everything above, they just have a little more daylight to work with here before we get to the spring tournaments. as the spring tournaments are a week from Tuesday already for Region 1 baseball for the opening round. That'll start on May the 12th for postseason baseball again in North Dakota in Region 1 for the opening round. The 2-2 going to be hit on the ground. That goes to Nipstead. Nipstead will throw across to Dominic Fuchsa, 5-3, and there's one down. So first time through the lineup, Charlie Odegaard, 2 1/3, 2 hits that were both earned after an Olsen 2-run homer, and no walks, and able to strike out 4 batters the first time through the lineup as it goes to Claire Calling now, who worked the count to 2-2 before striking out in the first. As Calling takes a good swing at it, it's now 0-1. Thompson in command to host a Region 2 softball tournament game again in the quarters. Then they will eventually host the Region 2 softball tournament a little bit later on here in the month, as this one has popped up, and good play by Mathis as Mathis able to make the play just behind second base, and there's 2 down. As that'll be upcoming on the 16th here for the Thompson Tommies for that first round opening round game, and then that Monday, Tuesday following the 18th, 19th, they will host the Region 2 softball tournament for 5 games on that Monday and that Tuesday, as this is a CNI single hit right back up the middle. Nice piece of swinging there for Workin, first pitch, and she lets her rip for the 3rd hit of the game here for Thompson. Well, for the Kindred Vikings right now, they're in control of the number 2 seed in the Region 1 softball tournament, and that would start up in Hillsboro on the 16th with 4 quarterfinal round games. You lose, you're done. You win, you move on to Monday's semifinals on the 18th, and then eventually the championship and state qualifier on the 19th. As this one misses on the zone to Hearst, it's now 1-0. And all roads lead to Trapper Field out in Jamestown here coming up in May. 1-1. 1-0, going to be fouled back. It's now 1-1. That final Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the State B baseball and softball tournaments will be making their way out to the Buffalo City. Here's the 1-1 offering to Kaya Hurst. Hurst out in front, hits this one up, and that'll be about a foot or 2 to stay in, but not long enough to stay in play there for Kittleson or Fuchs, or high enough for those two to try to make the catch. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first is Workin. Eliason due up next if Kaya Hurst can get aboard here for Thompson in the top of the 3rd. 1-2 fouled off again. For the Vikings, they'll have their 9-1 and 2 batters due up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with Emma Schmitz, the freshman center fielder, to dig in upcoming here for Kindred. As Odegaard takes a look in the circle, and Hurst fouls another one off and will keep it here at 1-2. So good battle right now for Kaya Hurst. A handful of pitches that she has fended off. Now what will result in here against Odegaard? There's the 1-2, and this one will run in and hit Kaya. So Hurst will take first base, and then you'll see Workin to second. As that one ran in, and Hurst looks to be all right. That was close to being on the elbow almost. That was about another probably 4 or 5 inches. That would have been right on the funny bone instead. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Eliason hits this one up the 3rd base side. That'll go foul, and we'll do it all over again here at 0-1. Cindy struck out looking her last time up in the 2nd to open up the inning. Second time through the lineup card here for Thompson. This is their 5th batter of the 3rd after they sent 5 batters in the 2nd. Trying to add another inning with a run or 2 after a 2-run homer by Abby Olson in the top half of the 2nd. Here's the 0-1 from Odegaard. That'll work out of the zone. Some good speed on the bases here with Workin at second base. Kaya Hurst over at first again here for the Tommies. As the 1-1 Going to be hitting the air. That's going to go to right. The right fielder, Hillman, will come in and make the catch, or off the glove. They're going to say it's going to be off the glove. Here comes Hurst around third, and she will come in to score. Going to second base will be Cindy Eliason, and with the wind again out to right, that's just batting it down. Good effort there by Hillman. She made the diving attempt, but as she went underneath it with the glove underneath her body, the ball came out. So Maya Workin, and with 2 outs, you're off and running. Workin comes in to score. Kai Hurst comes in to score. Cindy will eventually take second base on the throw. And now it's a 4-1 contest here for the Kindred Vikings. So put the ball in play. Good things will happen. There's a ball in play. Jenna Tazark bobbles it. She will play this going to third. Nipstead with the applied tag is out. So Tazark to Nipstead, as Cindy is going to be recalled out here to retire the side as it stands right now. So Fiona Harrickson on fielder's choice. And we'll see 2 runs come across on a pair of hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left on base. We played 2.5 today here in Kindred. It's the Thompson Tommies up by 3.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Bottom of the third inning, we go 9-1 and 2 batters here after the Thompson Tommies with 2 outs, and Cindy Eliason hit one to right. The wind batted it down. Hillman made a diving attempt but couldn't complete the catch, and with 2 outs, the runners were off and moving with Workin and Hurst to both come in and score, and they added 2 runs here for Thompson at the top of the third. We'll see what Kindred can do in the bottom half, as will be 9-1-2. Schmidt's first pitch, swinging, hits one up the first base side foul. It's 0-1. For the Southeast Regional Track and Field meet on May the 16th. That'll be in Kindred. 10:30 will be the field events, with noon being the track portion of our coverage. We'll have that for you right here on YourLiveEvent.com. And then from a Thompson perspective, they'll be making their way to Mayville on the 15th for the Northeast Track and Field meet, also on YourLiveEvent.com on that one, after being in Grafton last year. It's now 1-2 here to the freshman center fielder with Emma Schmitz, as Olsen looking for her third strikeout. Instead, we'll one-hop it to Hendrickson here behind the plate. It's now 2-2. Thompson, 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third. Kindred with 1 run in the second inning. Here's the 2-2. That'll miss for a ball. Now 3-2. And for the Vikings, this is their third batter that's seen a 3-ball count against Olsen. Jenna Tazark with a strikeout in the first. Then Nipstead had a 4-pitch walk to open up the second and eventually come in and score. Here's the 3-2. That'll be a walk. Emma Schmitz takes a 6-pitch free bag, and she will go to first here in the bottom of the third. Olsen, first time through the lineup card, 2 innings of work. No hits, a run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Here's a bunt attempt up the third base side. Hurst will play this one. One-hopped, and a nice job by Muse making the play. Here's the throw over to third, not going to be in time. So Emma Schmitz off and rolling, goes first to third. It's a sacrifice bunt on the way by Kittleson. A really good bunt. Hurst able to play that one on the one-hopper. Eventually threw it to Muse, who made a backhanded play in the dirt. But the Vikings there with Schmitz will make her way from first to third, 1 down, and the Vikings threatening here in the bottom of the third inning with Josie Mathis. Mathis, first pitch swinging, hits this one foul. It's 0-1. We said it with Kindred and Central Cass on Friday, and the same with Central Cass and Thompson on Saturday. these programs here in the state, especially with Thompson, Central Cass, and Kindred here, just the last couple of games that I've done, just tremendous success when it comes to their regionals. As Matt Chandler talked to us in the pregame show, he goes, it wasn't too long ago that it used to be these two teams were in the same region as softball was up and moving, where it was the East and a West region before they finally went to 4. 1-2 pitches hit up the first base side foul, and now there's even some rumors of eventually going to what softball has, or excuse me, what baseball has in 8 regions at some point, maybe down the line here for softball. As the 1-2 is fouled off again, as just in Region 1, as an example, you have 11 teams, and we've seen teams being added and growing as well in Region 2, as they will look to see if that might be a potential model that the Coaches Association and the state would like to go to down the line. As this one misses for a ball, it's now 2-2, or keep it the same of where they have it now. Runner at third is Schmitz. The 2-2 by Olsen, hit on the ground. This one will go to Olsen one more time. She'll throw it to home. Coming in to score will be Schmitz. Rounding first on her way to second is Mathis. And the Kindred Vikings are able to get a board here. So Schmitz will go towards first base. This one a low throw under the glove of Hendrickson. And you'll see this being an error going to second then eventually will be Josie Mathis. Put the ball in play, and very reminiscent to what Charlie Odegaard did in the second, where she hit it right back to Olsen. Olsen looked at the runner and nips it, then threw to first. This time she goes to home trying to get Emma Schmitz, and instead now she'll be at second base with 1 down and a 1-0 count. So the Vikings get a free out here in the bottom of the third. Can they take advantage of it with Janet Tazarek? Saw Tazarek with some pop last week, as this one goes all the way to the backstop, and going to be at third base is going to be Mathis, as he will stay there on the wild pitch, as it's now 2-0. It's on Tazarek against Badger, Greenbush, Middle River, the Lobos of Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley, and against Central Cass as well. Put some quality at bats together. Here's a 2-0 that's going to be hit to Hurst. Hurst is going to go home, and that's not going to be in time. And now trying to go to second base will be Tazarek, and she will slide in safely after they went to work in at shortstop. So Hurst goes to throw it to home. Mathis comes in to score. Tazarek will make her way towards second after she was hustling out of the box and reaching base. And just like that, it's a brand new ball game here at 4-3, as Matt Chandler's going to talk it over with our umpire in the infield. See what his result was, as from what he thought in the third base coach's box was a good throw by Hendrickson to work into trying to get Janet Tazarek at second base. But right now the story of the game from the Vikings perspective is getting the extra 60 feet going from first to third, or even in this case from home to second for Janet Tazarek. Hurst with a good throw to Hendrickson behind the plate to try to see if they can get Mathis at third, but just missed her, and then that's how getting on here on the fielder's choice was Janet Tazarek. So it's 0-1 is the count out of Nipstead, who worked a 4-pitch walker last time up and came in to score the first run here for Kindred. Nipstead will see this one as Hendrickson will run Janet Tazarek back to second base. It's now 1-1. Different ways you can win a softball game. The long ball we've seen in terms of home runs, obviously extra base hits, but also running the bases and putting a little pressure on the defense that you're going up against. As Janet Tazarek will see this to third immediately after it went into the dirt and blocked by Hendrickson. But once it went into the dirt, Tazarek was off and sprinting for third, as she now stands at third base. 2 balls and a strike. If Nipstead can put one in the outfield, have a chance to tie this game up. Nipstead looking to bunt up the first base side. A perfectly executed bunt, and that'll be a fair ball. It literally rolled right on the line, and then never went to foul territory, as Nipstead is going to reach base on the bunt. Janet Tazarek will come in and score, and we'll get a quick meeting on the mound. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more after this here in Kindred.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins, the fun never ends.
And that is a meeting on the circle, brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. So a walk by Schmitz, a sacrifice by Kittleson. Mathis reaches base eventually on an error by Olson. Janet Tazark reaches base on a fielder's choice. She gets to second, comes in to score after the Nipstead a bunt play, and that was a perfectly executed bunt by Nipstead. That's brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Go to KindredStateBank.com for this meeting in the circle to Kate Odegaard, as Odegaard falls behind the count now 0-1. Sixth batter of the inning for the Kindred Vikings. They were down 4-1 entering the bottom of the third, and three runs here in the third, as Nipstead will make her way on the pass ball into scoring position. As we talked about, taking the extra 60 feet, and that's what Kindred has done here. It's now 1-1. As the Vikings have a chance to take their first lead here in the third inning with a base hit. Olson looking to bunt. Hendrickson does a good job of smothering that one behind the plate. Odegaard never offered at it as she took the bump back. And it's now 2-1. Sun trying to make its way through the skies and the overcast here today in Kindred. 2-1 pitch, foul. Will be now 2-2. Here home for the Region 1 and Region 2 softball tournaments again are yourliveevent.com. So circle on your calendars. Middle part of May, from baseball to softball, track and field, we'll have you covered. As there's a swing and a miss. Olsen gets the strikeout, her third, their first. Check that. That's going to be her fourth, her first since the end of the second inning. And there's two down. Now to Charlie Odegaard. First pitch swinging. This one is going to make its way into the back and nearly having a chance at it was Hendrickson, not for a lack of hustle. Trying to make it from the backhanded play. Twisting of the wrist. Nearly made it. Did a good job finding the softball and making her way up to the third base side where the Thompson Tommy dugout is. Here's the 0-1. Odegaard hits this one up the first base side foul. Now falls behind the count here for Charlie at 0-2. If you're enjoying this broadcast, simply give our link a like for the game. Maybe you're standing inside and saying, you know what, would have went, but a little cold, a little chilly today, as this one is fouled yet again at 0-2. So give us a like again on this game link, or simply subscribe to our YouTube channel as well by searching your live event. Nipstead at second. The 0-2 pitch. Hendrickson able to take that away from possibly being a wild pitch. It's now 1-2. Thompson, top of the fourth. We'll see their 6, 7, and 8 batters due up in the lineup card. 1-2 is hit right back up the middle. This one will go to Colleen. Colleen will make the throw to shortstop, and Nipstead will come in and score. Nipstead scores her second run of the game. It's a 2-out base knock here for Charlie Odegaard, as she will get the run driven in, her second to the contest, and the Kindred Vikings have taken their first lead of the day here at 5-4. So Charlie Odegaard will have a courtesy runner coming in here for the Kindred Vikings. As making our way through will be Cub. So Cub will come on here in a courtesy run for Charlie Odegaard, who's got her second run driven in the game here for Kindred. And so missing for a ball here to Fuchsa. Reach base on an error back in the second by Hurst at third, and had a stolen base as well to get into scoring position before she was eventually left into scoring position, as this one is popped up, as that'll go foul right over the dugout, as it's now 1-1. Class B softball today here on yourliveevent.com. First two innings were humming along in the third inning now. See this one go foul. It's 1-2. Seen 6 runs combined here in the third, with 2 by Thompson to take their largest lead at 4-1, but Kindred has matched with a 4 spot so far here in the bottom half of the inning. As there's another foul back here for Fuchsa. Kindred Vikings with a senior class here of Charlie Odegaard. You got Mathis, Fuchsa, and Kittleson for the 4 seniors this season for head coach Sam Brandt. 1-2 out of the zone. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first base again is Cub. Here's the 2-2. Popped up over the grandstands, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Olsen looking to get out of the frame and see if those bats can continue to come alive with 2 runs in the second and third so far here for the Tommies. 2-2 pitch. Got her out in front, hit down the third base side foul. And we'll continue with a 2-ball, 2-strike count upcoming. Let's come over at first base here for Kindred. If you're just joining us, Olsen will hit a 2-run homer in the top of the second inning. That's Abby for Thompson to give them a 2-0 lead at the time. 2-2 pitch will go to the backstop. Making her way will be to second, Cub, and she'll stand there. So Cub will be at second base. It's 3-2. Vikings scored a 1 run in the bottom of the second inning after Nipstead earned a walk. Eventually was at third base and came in and scored. And there's a swing and a miss by Olsen to retire this side, but not before 4 runs come across here for Kindred. Through 3, a new score on the Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Agency scoreboard. Kindred 5, Thompson 4.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Top of the 4th inning, 4 runs, 2 hits, and a runner left on base for Kindred in the bottom of the 3rd. But we head to the top of the 4th inning, 5-4 in favor of the Vikings, as the Tommies will send Abby Olsen, Presley Hedelveit, and then Addie Lopez. Edison Lopez do appear 6, 7, and 8 batters here for the Thompson Tommies. Chase Miller with you today from what kind of has that feeling of a early, maybe April, late March kind of weather, not necessarily early May in terms of temperatures in the mid-40s, gusts blowing in from the west-northwest at times up to 30 miles per hour. And it kind of came and went throughout the course of this game so far as Olsen will dig in against Charlie Odegaard. Olsen, first pitch swinging her first time up at a 2-run homer to left center field. This time takes a ball. It's now 1-0. Get to the infield and the outfield in a moment here for Kindred as well after the pitch. 1-0 out of the zone now, 2-0. Kittleson behind the plate with Nipstead at third. Tazark at shortstop, Mathis at second, and Fuchsa stands at first base here for Kindred. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. As Olsen takes the ball, now 3-0. Kate Odegaard, Charlie's sister, in left with Schmitz right up the middle in center, and Hillman standing in right. 3-0. That'll be called a strike at the knee. It's now 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the way to Charlie Odegaard, as Olsen will take a 5-pitch walk. And the Thompson Tommies will get a leadoff batter aboard here in the here in the 4th. As we see Thompson come in with Robertson, the sophomore. Addison going to be courtesy running here for Abby Olsen. So Robertson stands at first base now as we see Presley Hedelveit, the freshman designated player, with a ground out to the shortstop. Tazark, her last time up, will take one running in at the hands. It's now 1-0. Well, good news from a Timberwolves perspective. A report came out earlier this afternoon that Anthony Edwards is going to warm up, and if he gives it a go in warm-ups, Edwards going to play in Game 1 here against the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference semifinals. So something to take note in. Minnesota Wild and the Colorado Avalanche still scoring from yesterday's game, where there was a flurry of goals in that one for both teams. Even though the Avalanche took game number 1 against the Wild. This one missing out of the zone. It's now 2-1. NDSU baseball, Concordia baseball, college teams from the Frontier just wrapped up their baseball tournament out in Dickinson. And we'll see Concordia getting ready for the MIAC, and NDSU trying to make their way to the Summit League tournament this year. 2-1 pitch, no miss. 3-1 Redhawks baseball, not too far away from getting going for the regular season. May will come quick and it'll leave just as quick once you get through all these activities. Here's the 3-1 from Charlie. Hit on the line, and that one over Nipstead, down for a fair ball into the left field corner. Kate Odegaard will play it in, and everybody will move up station to station. Robertson kind of had to stay put at first as that was a line drive over Nipstead's glove, so she will get into scoring position, and the Tommies threatening here right off the bat in the top of the fourth inning. Fifth hit of the contest for Thompson as it now goes to Addison Lopez, who struck out her last time up, as Tommy's got the tie and go-ahead run aboard here. Odegaard sees this. Kittleson does a good job not allowing that one to get anywhere near away from home plate. It's now 1-0 to Lopez. Batter number 8 here for Matt Chandler and the Tommies. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A work for a ball now, 2-0. Game that's working just over 50 minutes here today. Old from Kindred. We also have a quick time here for Kittleson. Meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank, an insurance agency. So you got Robertson at second base, Hedelveit over at first, and right now for Charlie Odegaard and Kittleson just talking over here in the circle. Making sure they're on the same page, and particularly with the runner now in scoring position. Just allow her to kind of reset a little bit after a walk and a single. The Kindred Vikings, 10th game of the season. Well, on the opposite side, got game number 11 here for the Thompson Tommies. Both teams 2 years ago made it to the state softball tournament out in Jamestown, where Kindred eventually was the state champ. 2-0 pitch popped up. This one will go right into the grandstands, all the way up in the back right corner, as this one will be a strike. It's now 2-1. Here to Lopez. And Oster due up next. 2-1 pitch is going to be hit on the ground. This one goes to Tazarek. Tazarek will take it to Nipstead, and they'll get Robertson out at third base. So Hedelveit moves into scoring position. Lopez reaches on the fielder's choice, and there's one down. Nice play by Tazarek where the ball was hit. She just kind of took her momentum with her eventually to Nipstead over at third and gets the easy out there and gets the lead runner out as well. Now it goes to Oster, who grounded out to Nipstead her last time up to open up the third inning. Oster doesn't go through the zone. It's now 1-0. It's Thompson Tommy so far. 4 runs across. As they have 5 hits, they've left 1 on base with an error. As they foul this one back, it's now 1-1 for the Kindred Vikings. 5 runs across on 2 hits. They've left 2 runners on base, and they have yet to commit an error here in this game. 5-4 Vikings here on the top of the fourth. Nice spot for Odegaard. It's now 1-2. It's Charlie looking for her 5th strikeout. Odegaard sees this one hit on the ground. Tazarek, it can't make the play. This one goes into center. Schmitz will make it. Here's the throw. Nice throw by Schmitz to center. A 1 hop to Kittleson. Everybody will move up 60 feet. So Presley now at third base. Lopez at second. Oster with a base knock. That'll be the 6th hit here for Thompson, and the bases are full and nowhere to put the leadoff batter named Claire Calling for the senior center fielder. Calling 0 for 2 with a strikeout back in the first inning. As Calling trying to tie or take the lead here for Thompson. As this is going to be blocked by Kittleson. It's now 1-0. 3 up, 3 down first for Charlie. The Tommies sent 5 batters to the plate in the second, and they also sent 6 batters in the third. This is the 5th batter so far in the fourth. The 1-0. That'll work up. It's now 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, nowhere to put the senior center fielder here in Calling. Calling hits one in the air. There's a deep shot to right center field, way back to the warning track, and that'll one-hop the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs are coming in. The relay throw is going to go over to Odegaard, and it's a 2 RBI double here for Calling as Thompson Tommies have taken the lead, now 6-5. So Edelveit will come in and score from third base. Lopez comes in from second. Oster goes to third, and Calling gets a double, her first into the contest. And 2 runs driven in here for Thompson as they lead it now by 1. Maya Warkin will take a ball up. Now it's 1-0. Warkin with a single and a run scored so far here this afternoon. And Thompson has put 2 runs up in the second, third, and the fourth so far. Warkin will take a ball. It's now 2-0. Off the bat, that just sounded good for Calling into right center field as Tommies have taken the lead. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Warkin. That'll be called a strike. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here to the senior shortstop. It's Charlie Odegaard trying to minimize the damage here in the fourth. That'll work out of the zone. It's now 3-1. Kaya Hurst due up next here for Thompson. So after a big inning by Kindred with 4 runs in the bottom of the third, Thompson has answered with 2 runs so far here in the top of the fourth. It's going to be hit up the first base side foul. It makes the count full at 3-2. Class B softball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you from a chilly Kindred here on this Monday afternoon. Oster again at third base, Calling at second. As Charlie Odegaard has a 3-2 count here against Warkin. The 3-2. Good spot. This one will run in. It will go foul, but not a bad spot for Odegaard right there. And Warkin does a good job just fouling one off and staying alive and trying to see if she can get a pitch to drive somewhere, as that one was middle in on the plate. In the circle again here for Odegaard one more time, the payoff pitch. 3-2 out of the zone. Warkin draws a walk. That'll be the third of the contest here, and bases are full of Tommies. And Sam Brandt's going to talk it over here in the circle. We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this here in Kindred.
Common doesn't do the extra reps. Common doesn't push the limits. And Common doesn't do all of that before the sun is up. We work harder than anyone else when no one is watching, so that when everyone is watching, we're ready to answer the call. Discover your uncommon side with the North Dakota Army National Guard.
On the Nodak Insurance Agency Chris Moan scoreboard, it is a 6-5 lead here for the Thompson Tommies as they put 2 runs so far across in this fourth inning, and they've done it with 3 hits, 2 singles, a double, and a couple of walks and a fielder's choice to reach base here for Addie Lopez, as well as they continue to swing here with Kaya Hurst, who's 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, and eventually came in a score in the third inning here for Thompson. In order to put Kaya Hurst here is Charlie Odegaard. We'll see this for the 7th batter of the inning here for the Tommies. Hurst takes outside for a ball. It's now 1-0. For the Vikings, in the bottom of the fourth inning, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 batters due up with O'Keefe, Schmitz, then back to the top of the lineup card here with Kittleson. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-0. As Charlie sees a 2-0. Hurst gives this one a drive deep in the air to left field to the warning track. It's gone. on. Kaya Hurst with a grand slam here for Thompson, and the Tommies have opened up the game as they lead it now 10-5. Kaya Hurst with a 4-bagger and 4 runs driven in as well, as Warkin, Colleen, and alongside Oster will all come in and score the second home run of the day here for the Thompson Tommies. And Thompson now with a 6 spot here in the 4th inning, as it goes to Sydney Eliason, who's 1 of 2 with a single. And for Thompson, they've hit 2 homers, both to left center with Olsen and Kaya Hurst. And Eliason takes a ball. It's 1-0. So a grand slam home run here for Kaya Hurst. On a 2-0 count, here's the 1-0 offering. As Eliason let this one foul, it's 1-1. So for Thompson, immediately coming back with an answer after giving up 4 runs in the bottom half of the 3rd with a 6 spot so far here in the 2nd, capped off currently by a Kaya Hurst grand slam to left center. Here's the 1-1 to Eliason. That'll be called a strike good spot for Charlie Odegaard. It's now 1-2. Let's see the parkas for some out. Others bringing the gloves, maybe a little bit of a blanket. The 1-2 pitch. Eliason hits one. This is going to be scooped up by Nipstead at 3rd on a snow cone. Nice play by Sierra. 5-3 on the putout. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. As Fiona Hendrickson will dig in now here for Thompson. Hendrickson, 1 of 2 at the plate, single with a fielder's choice, and she scored back in the 2nd inning. As this will 1 hop, it's now 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Hendrickson, the senior catcher. 1-0 pitch is going to be hit in the air. That goes to left center field, way back to the track, and that's gone. The 3rd home run for the Thompson Tommies, and Fiona Hendrickson hits a round tripper as Thompson now takes a 11-5 lead. As Fiona Hendrickson comes into home plate, being greeted and mobbed by her teammates. It's now 11-5 on the way. And it looks like we'll have a new pitcher coming into the game here for the Kindred Vikings as well. We'll take a quick break. We're back with more after this. Again, a solo home run there for Fiona Hendrickson as Thompson Tommies lead it now 11-5.
High school can be overwhelming. Homework, sports, jobs, friends, all of it. But here's some good news. You don't have to handle everything alone. Staying connected with people who support you is one of the strongest mental health habits you can build. A quick conversation, a laugh with a friend, or even asking for help can make a huge difference. Set boundaries when you need them, take breaks, and remember, it's okay to slow down. Taking care of your mental health isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Go Tommies!
Let's talk about price. Yeah, we've heard it. Why would I pay more for Polar when Big Wireless is cheaper? Let's break it down. With us, you're not on hold with someone who's 3 states away. Your call goes to Kimberly, or Ashley, or Tamra, someone who lives right here. When your internet's down, we're not mailing you out a box. We're sending a real person, someone that knows your name and probably your dog's name too. So yeah, we're not the cheapest. We're the best experience. Polar Communications.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
As we head to the top of the fourth inning here, or into the fourth inning, we continue. The Thompson Tommies have batted around. Charlie Odegaard, 3 2/3, 9 hits, 11 runs with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts against, and 2 home runs in the last 3 batters that she faced. One a grand slam by Hurst, and another a solo blast by Fiona Hendrickson, as it now goes to the designated player coming in with Ava O'Keefe. So O'Keefe coming in now, as she will throw a ball against Abby Olson. Olson with a 2-run shot in the second, a walk back in the fourth, has reached base twice here today for Coach Chandler and the Thompson Tommies. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It'll be called a strike. It's now 1-1. Calling with a 2 RBI double in the inning earlier to get a couple runs across. Then just Thompson has just kept on getting some extra base hits, as there's a foul ball down the third base side. It's now 1-2. As for Thompson, they've hit 5 hits so far here in the fourth, but 3 of them have been extra base variety. As now Olson trying to continue here for the Tommies. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, it'll be their 8, 9, and 1 batters again now, with the pitcher O'Keefe coming up here in the bottom of the fourth. And O'Keefe again, just a 8th grader here for Kindred. As O'Keefe sees this one miss out of the zone, it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, nobody on base. Thompson with a 7 spot so far here in the top of the fourth. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and O'Keefe gets the strikeout, the 5th of the contest here for the Kindred Vikings. But again, new score, it's 11-5 in favor of Thompson as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
The Ringneck is a perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. The Ringneck has a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2465. That's 645-2465. And stop by every other Friday this winter for meat raffles. For more info and daily specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook.
Bottom of the fourth inning we go. The Kindred Vikings, again, now down by 6. Prior to the top of the fourth, their largest deficit was 3 at 4-1. For the Thompson Tommies, 7 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base in the top of the fourth inning. As for Kindred right now, the pitcher, Ava O'Keefe, trying to see if she can get a little rally going here for the Vikings, where Kindred, after the first inning, put base runners on here against Abby Olson. Looking to do so here and score a couple of runs across. The theme in the third inning was the extra 60 feet in terms of the base pass, running from first to third or going from a fielder's choice, reaching base and going from home plate to second. Part of the reason why they scored 4 runs in the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 pitch, going to miss for a ball. It's now 3-0. As Olson has the 3-0 pitch. That'll work for a ball. 4-pitch walk, and the Vikings get a leadoff batter aboard here in the fourth inning. Got a leadoff batter in the second with the walk, in the third with the walk, and now here in the fourth as well, where Nipstead and Emma Schmitz did finally eventually come in and score on a walk variety, as the freshman center fielder Schmitz will take a strike. It's 0-1. And back to top of the lineup here with Gittleson on the on-deck part here for the Vikings. Here's the 0-1 offering. Schmitz will see this one. Runner will make her way back to first base. As it's now 0-2. There's the 0-2 pitch upcoming as Hendrickson threw it down to Eliason, who cut it off, and then eventually went to Muse trying to apply the tag here on Ava O'Keefe. So no balls, 2 strikes here to the freshman center fielder. As this one works for a ball, it's now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 9 batter in the lineup. As the 1-2 pitch is going to be popped up, that'll go foul at 22. Matt Chandler talking with their home plate umpire in terms of what he might have saw in terms of the applied tag, and home plate umpire pretty much said just no more challenges from that perspective or talking on judgment calls, as we'll continue to make it now 1-2. As O'Keefe stands at first, here's the 1-2. On a 1-hop, Hendrickson does a good job not allowing it to get to the backstop here, as it's now 2-2. This one's going to be hit, and that's to the right field. That's going to be a base knock on the way, as this will go to Oster. So O'Keefe will stand at second. Schmitz gets aboard with a base hit. That'll be the 3rd hit of the contest here for the Kindred Vikings, and they'll have runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 4th. Now back to the top of the lineup here with Kittleson. And Kittleson sees this one in the dirt. That'll miss for a ball. Kittleson 0 for 1 today with the sacrifice bunt, hurt last time up. Vikings down by 6, but looking to add a couple runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the lefty senior catcher as Kittleson. We'll see this now be 2-0. Hendrickson with the dig behind the plate. And then now a hitter scout to Lila. O'Keefe again at second. Schmitz at first. Here's a 2-0. And now it's 3-0 with Josie Mathis due up next here for the Vikings. So Thompson separated at 4-1. Now they've separated here at 11-5. A lot of scoring after the first couple innings. As this one is called a strike, it's 3-1. Scoreless after 1. Thompson put 2 runs up in the second. Vikings answered with a run in the bottom half. Thompson 2 runs in the top half of third, answered by 4 by Kindred in the bottom half. The 3-1 pitch, missing for a ball. It's a 5-pitch walk. Bases are full here for the Vikings, and that's the 4th free pass here by Olsen. Now it goes to Josie Mathis. Mathis 0 for 2 today, reached base on an air hurl last time up with a run scored for the Vikings. First pitch swinging, hits this one up the third base side foul. It's 0-1. For more on high school sports, simply go to our website, yourliveevent.com. From track to baseball to softball and more, check out our complete schedule, both from the North Dakota and Minnesota side of the river. Throughout the course of the school year, the 0-1 pitch. That'll work inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Also, you can get ready for the upcoming respective region softball tournaments and see what the bracket kind of looks like, at least in terms of start times for games. As this one misses, it's 2-1. Still to be determined on where everyone's going to slot into their respective mark in their region tournament, but you can still take a look at where everything will partake here in a couple weeks. 2-1 pitch here to Mathis. Mathis, inside-out swing, as this one is going to drop and get underneath the glove of the second baseman. And because of the swing, everybody went station to station, and now the runner goes from second to home. And we talked about the extra 60 feet. As coming in to score will be Schmitz from second base. And the Kindred Vikings have answered with 2 runs so far here in the 4th inning. So Mathis gets 2 runs driven in. This one works out of the zone to Janet Tazark. It's 1-0. O'Keefe came in to score from third. Schmitz scores her second run of the game. And now Kittleson stands at second and Mathis at first. As this one goes into the glove of Hendrickson, it's 2-0. As we'll get a quick time on the circle here. Ginger Savicola is going to talk it over with Abby Olson. This meeting in the circle brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go to Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Again, that's Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency in Kindred. So far in the fourth inning, a walk with Ava O'Keefe. You have a single by Emma Schmitz, a walk by Kittleson. Josie Mathis got jammed, but got it enough to get under the second baseman's glove of Eliason to plate 2 runs coming in. And now it goes to Jenna Tazarek, who's got a hitter's count here at 2-0, and she hits this one right up the middle. Bobbled by Workin. Now gonna round. Here comes Kittleson trying to come in and score. She does. Slide it in safely. As the Vikings, a little bit of a pickle right now as they will throw back behind the runner, and they'll get the out runner at first base. So Jenna Tazarek was going to reach base. This eventually would have been on the air by Workin. Coming in to score is Kittleson. Then Josie Mathis able to go from first to third. They do get 1 run in, and there is an out, so it's a new score of 11-8. After a flurry. So Jeanette Tazarek hit one on the ground. Workin bobbled it for a moment and threw it to Eliason at second base. Then coming in was Kittleson after the throw from Eliason to Hendrickson. You saw Mathis at second, then jump up and try to make her way towards third, but put on the brakes. Tazarek, though, rounded first, and she was already halfway between first and second before she finally got retired. There's a lazy fly ball. They get 1 there. Chance for 2. Yes, they do. A little lazy hit there by the Kindred Vikings, and Sierra Nipstead on a little soft line drive to work into hers. So there's the twin killing as it'll go 5-6 on the double play to retire the side. But the Kindred Vikings, though, able to plate some runs across. They put 3 up, and we got a new score on the Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Agency scoreboard. It's Thompson Tommy's 11, the Kindred Vikings 8 as we head to the top of the 5th inning.
At Thompson Public School, we know success starts with more than just grades. It starts with a healthy mind. Every student faces stress, pressure, and busy schedules, but taking care of your mental health can make all the difference. Simple habits matter. Things like getting enough sleep, talking to someone you trust, taking breaks, and staying active can help a lot. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Thompson Public School is here to help every student, every day. Take care of your mind, take care of each other, go Tommies!
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Tick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner 3. Good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
As we come back here into the top of the 5th inning, the bottom of the 4th, 3 runs across, 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. Kindred, though, down by 6, cuts the lead in half to now being down by 3 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. As this one will be called a strike. 7, 8, and 9 batters due up here going up against Ava O'Keefe here for the Kindred Vikings. As Presley Hedelveit is 1 of 2 today with a single and a run scored her last time up in the 4th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This will be swung on a miss. It's now 0-2. Lopez and then Oster again here for Kindred. Now the question is, how many more runs do you need to win this game, as currently 19 runs across combined in 4 innings. The 0-2, there's a fly ball hit in the air to center field. This one going to the warning track, and it's another home run. Presley able to muscle that one out into straightaway center field. And the Thompson Tommies have another solo blast as they now lead it 12-8. It's a 2-run homer in the 2nd. Saw a grand slam and a solo home run in the 4th. And now we see a solo home run to open up the 5th inning here for Presley. That's a 12-8 contest. That's 4 home runs here for the Tommies as they hit the long ball onto left center field, and the wind again blowing more so from right field, a little bit towards left and a little in here, not as much towards the outfield. These have just been solid contact and solid swings from Matt Chandler's club as Addie Lopez comes to plate, and she will take a ball. It's now 1-0. Lopez reached base on a fielder's choice and eventually came in to score in the 4th, is 0 for 2 today. as O'Keefe will give up her first hit and her first run in relief. 1-0 pitch, popped up. O'Keefe will take a step or two in the circle, make the play, and there's one down. As they'll see it here for Oster, as Oster will dig in now for the Tommies. Thompson has scored every run except the first, and that's been the same so far here for the Vikings. This one missing low. It's 1-0. Oster with a single and a run scored back in the fourth inning. 1 of 2 today here for the sophomore right fielder. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. It's 2-0. Kate Odegaard in left field here for Kindred with Schmitz in center and Hillman in right field. Get to the infield again after this one on the 2-0 count here to Oster. 2-0 pitch will work inside for a ball. 3-0. Nipstead at third. Tazark at shortstop with Mathis at second. Fuchsa at first and Kittleson behind the plates. 3-0 pitch. Called a strike. It's now 3-1. Then back to the top of the lineup with Claire Calling. Here's the 3-1 pitch. As Oster will take a ball. It's a 5-pitch walk. O'Keefe will have her first free pass in relief. Now it goes to Calling, who had a 2 RBI double to right center field her last time up, which plated on both Edelveit and Lopez on that respective hit by Claire Calling. She didn't miss a home run by much, and that has been the story of the game right now. 4 home runs for Thompson, where they have 8 runs driven in with those 4 home runs. Here's the pitch to Calling. As this one works outside for a ball, it's 1-0. Claire, 1 of 3 so far here this afternoon with a double and 2 runs driven in. Strikeout and then a pop-out back in the first and third respectively. As O'Keefe sees this right in at the hands on Calling, now 2-0. 2 balls, no strike, 1 down here, top of the 5th inning. Class B softball battle of a couple of ranked teams here in the state between Kindred and Thompson. In the Class B side of things, Class A state tournament will make its way up to the Magic City and Minot later on here in the month of May. 3-0 the count. Does Calling get the green light is the question here against O'Keefe. And Calling will take a 4-pitch walk, back-to-back free passes, and the Thompson Tommies with runners at first and second base now here in the inning. As Workin reached base twice today with 2 runs scored, is 1 of 2. Her walked her last time up in the 4th inning. As for O'Keefe, she'll see this out of the zone yet again. It's now 1-0. So after a solo home run by Edelveit, a pop-out, a walk, and now we'll see what Workin does here for the Tommies. Workin takes a strike. It's now 1-1. The Shield Softball All-Star Series will make its way here on YourLiveEvent.com as well. Going to be fun to see the first Monday coming up here of June. As this is hit right back up the middle underneath the glove of Tazarek going into center field. Schmitz will bobble it for a moment, but she'll fire it back in, and she's got a good gun, but it's still a single regardless here for Workin. She'll stand at first, as now Oster goes to third, and Calling is at second, and there's nowhere to put Kaya Hurst with a grand slam her last time up in the 4th inning, and look now, she's on with bases full yet again here in the top of the 5th. As Hurst took a good swing at it, it's 0-1. Kaya with 2 runs scored, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. No balls and a strike. Base is full of Tommies here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. Hurst will take for a ball. It's 1-1. 6th batter to the plate here for the Tommies. Game that's nearing an hour and a half mark now here in Kindred. The 1-1. Make it 1-2. Oster at third, Calling at second, Working again at first. 1 ball, 2 strike by O'Keefe. And the pitch to Hurst. 1-2 fouled off, and we'll keep it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we were alluding to, the Shields Softball All-Star Series will be making its way again here on YourLiveEvent.com. June the 1st will be at Theraldson Park at NDSU for day 1. Is this going to be hit on the line to Nipstead? Nipstead makes a play, and it's a double play to retire the side. A line drive by Kaya Hershey smoked it right to Nipstead, and that'll be a double play unassisted here for Sierra. But the Thompson Tommies do plate 1 run across on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. And it's 12-8 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Nodak Insurance Company Chris Moan scoreboard.
If you can dream it up, we can make it a reality. Hello, this is Jonathan Olson with Greenworks Landscaping and Fencing. We can offer you a complete package when it comes to an external look to your property. Paver patios, outdoor kitchens, retaining walls, or fencing. We offer you all that and more. Our fences are built to last, so you have low maintenance beauty that not only improves the look, but also the value of your home. To show us your ideas or let us help you design your perfect outdoor sanctuary, check us out on the web at gworkslf.com.
It is high school softball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to our broadcast as we get you set again for the Shield Softball All-Star Series, as we were talking about before that double play. June the 1st at NDSU, and then June the 2nd will be in Bismarck, upcoming at the Sanford Sports Complex located at Bismarck Legacy. Been fortunate to work with Tim Howe the last couple of years and continuing to see where softball has grown in the state of North Dakota, as this one is going to go foul, as it's going to be Kate Odegaard, Charlie Odegaard, and Fuchsa do up here for the Kindred Vikings. It's 0-1. Yes, Kindred down by 4. Their largest deficit is 6 here today. As this works for a ball, that's now 1-1. As the wind continues to shift just a little bit more north than maybe from the west of what we saw a little bit earlier throughout the course of this afternoon. Here's the 1-2 now to Odegaard, who's 0 for 2 here for Kate. And Charlie Odegaard due up next. 1-2 pitch popped up in the air. This one will go down the first base side and drop foul. And we'll keep it at 1-2 again, as Eliason was giving chase. And we'll have Charlie Odegaard then from there. Fuchsa due up here again for the Vikings. Both these teams put up a lot of runs so far in this contest. Question, as we said an inning ago, how many can you get, as there's going to be a strikeout. They'll have to throw down to first. And they do for the K. 6th strikeout for Abby Olson. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as now goes to Charlie Odegaard. Odegaard 1 of 2 with a single back in the 3rd inning. As this goes through the glove of Hendrickson, it's 1-0. Hurst at third base working, stands at short with Eliason over at second. Muse at first here for head coach Matt Chandler. 1-0 pitch missing, low, 2-0. Lopez in left field, calling in center, and Oster in right. Charlie Odegaard 1 of 2 today with 2 runs driven in. Here for the senior. Odegaard hits one. This one goes to Hurst. Hurst makes the play. 1 hops it to Muse. And 5-3 in the putout. Odegaard is retired. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As it goes now to Fuchsa. Fuchsa reached base on an air back in the 2nd. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the 3rd. Fuchsa first pitch swinging, and she will line one in the air to left. It'll be a 2-out base knock here for the senior first baseman. And Fuchsa trying to get into scoring position, able to do so. Ball got a little bobbled there, and Fuchsa kept on hustling, and she'll get the extra 60 feet. And we'll see the Vikings now trying to threaten here in the bottom of the 5th inning with Ava O'Keefe. O'Keefe 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And she will take a strike here. It's 0-1. So runner at second again is Fuchsa. As this will miss for a ball, it's 1-1. Thompson and Kindred in what could be a potential state tournament preview matchup. 1-1 pitch that'll hit literally right on top of the home plate. So Fuchsa will scamper to third on the wild pitch. That's 2-1. Tough one there from a catcher's perspective. It hit right on top of the front part of home plate. Just had no chance at it for Hendrickson. 2-1 pitch going to be hit on the ground. That'll go to second baseman Eliason. She'll go to Muse to retire the side 4-3. There was no runs on a hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left. We played 5 today here in Kindred. It's 12-8 Tommies as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Halsted Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halsted, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halsted Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halsted Telephone Company today.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As Charlie Odegaard will return to the circle again in high school softball, you can come back and continue to pitch a little bit later on in the game. So O'Keefe will now be back to the DP as this one is a 1-pitch hit to Nipstead, and Nipstead will make the play over to Fuchsa. And there's 1 down as Sidney Eliason is retired 5-3 on the putout for the first out here of the 6th inning. So Odegaard now with 4 innings of work. O'Keefe with an inning and a third. 2 hits, 1 run that was earned, 2 walks and a strikeout here for O'Keefe in the circle. While Odegaard right now going back, and this one will be fouled here by Fiona Hendrickson. Her last time up at a solo home run, which that was hit to left field and eventually took Charlie Odegaard at that juncture out of the game. 4 home runs here for Thompson again through 5 innings. The 0-1 Hendrickson hits one down the left field line. This one will be foul. It's 0-2. And after Hendrickson goes to Abby Olson, the opposing pitcher here, as Tommy's trying to pick up their 10th win of the season, while for the Kindred Vikings looking for win number 9 of the year here for Kindred. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the senior catcher. As Charlie winds and delivers. This one will miss low for a ball. It's 1-2. Well, first inning that a team had 0 runs in their half at the plate since the bottom of the first there, where Kindred scored 0 here in the bottom of the 5th, as this one is popped up in the air, playable. Kittleson and Odegaard will make the play. Able to hear Charlie just talk about it and eventually say, mine, got it. Kittleson kind of looked behind her, and then all of a sudden, Charlie did a good job of continuing to play that one, as Charlie will make the play. Now it goes to Abby Olson. Olson, 1 of 2 with a 2-run homer, a walk, and 2 runs driven in today. She will take a strike. It's 0-1. So a ground out, a pop out. See what Charlie Odegaard can do here against Abby Olson in the top of the 6th. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here for the Tommies. The 0-2 pitch, grounded up the third base side, foul after trying to be backhanded by Nipstead, but didn't miss by much, hopping over the third bag, probably about a half a foot. Instead, it'll just be a foul ball, and we'll keep it here at 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Popped up in the infield, playable. Tazar calls off Nipstead to retire this side. First 3 up, 3 down here for the Vikings and Charlie Odegaard since the first inning of play. On the Nodak Insurance Company Chris Moan Agency scoreboard, it's the Thompson Tommies 12, the Kindred Vikings 8, as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
This is
Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Bottom of the 6th inning we go here in Kindred. The Vikings will have their 9-1-2 batters with Emma Schmitz here against Abby Olson on for her 6th inning of work as this one goes foul off the foul ball here by the freshman center fielder. So again, Schmitz, Kindleson, and then from there make its way to Mathis due up here for the Kindred Vikings. 0-1 pitch. Going to be called a strike. It's now 0-2. 0-2 on the way to Emma. Walk with a run scored in the 3rd. Single with a run scored in the 4th. As this one will one hop towards the umpire. It's now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here as it goes back to Kittleson. 1-2 is going to be chopped. This will go to the pitcher. Olson will play it in time. And being retired here is Schmitz. 1-3 on the putout. And there's one down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As it stands right now, Kindred down to their final 5 outs of this contest. Goes to Lila Kittleson here. A walk with a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd. A walk with a run scored in the 4th. As Kittleson first pitch swinging. This one's going to be a nice play right in front of us here by the catcher. Hendrickson makes the basket catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Kittleson here, and a really nice defensive jam as well with where we stand. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning here on yourliveevent.com as this one is fouled back by Josie Mathis. Mathis with a single and a run scored with 2 runs driven in here for the senior second baseman. But again, a really good play there by Hendrickson to get her opponent out and the opposing catcher there with Kittleson. As we'll have a 1-1 as Mathis came through just on a foul swing on a check, and Hendrickson was going after the softball. She looks to be all right. As we'll have the 1-1 yet again. Also missed for a ball. It's now 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here for the Vikings. Number 2 batter in the lineup with Mathis. Mathis jammed. Olson sees this one, will make way. Who will call for it? Warkin does, and the Thompson Tommies have their first 3-up, 3-down inning since the 1st inning as well. As we make our way to the 7th, it's still Thompson 12, the Kindred Vikings 8.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
Top of the 7th inning, Thompson looking to add on to their advantage as it stands right now, while Kindred looking to keep it a 4-run game and see if you can get one swing of the bat and possibly tie it up once you get to the bottom half of the 7th, as this one's called a strike. 7, 8, 9 due up here for Thompson. Hedelveit able to get a solo home run to lead off the 5th inning. Her last time up takes a swing and a rip. It's now 0-2, part of 4 home runs here today for Thompson. A grand slam by Kaya Hurst, a solo shot by Fiona Hendrickson, Presley, and then a 2-run blast as well here on the way for the Vikings. For the Tommies, as this one misses for a ball. It's 1-2. That 2-run shot was by Abby Olson in the first of the home runs hit by Thompson back in the top of the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-2 from Charlie Odegaard. Hit in the air down the left field line, foul, and we'll keep it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson losing against Central Cass on Saturday 8-0 in game number 1. Then in game number 2 in a 5-inning counter, came back and able to defeat the Central Cass Squirrels 9-8 in that contest, where it was a 3-run homer by a different player in Cindy Eliason, which was the game-winning hit for the Tommies in that 5-inning affair. 1-2, strike 3, looking at Odegaard, gets her 5th strikeout in the circle here this afternoon into the early evening. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Now to Lopez. Lopez has reached base 1, so for 3 with a run scored back in the 4th. This will miss for a ball. It's 1-0. Coming up on our post-game show, we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Take a look at the final box score. Play the contest, and there's been a couple of really nice defensive plays that we've seen here this afternoon. As the wind continues to pick up a little bit here. Here's the 1-0. Popped and hit in the air to right center. And this would be a nice catch by Hillman in right center field, playing the wind a little bit, seeing where that one was tailing away from her in right center field. And there's 2 down. Hillman made that maybe look a little bit easier than it is, as where it started was towards right, but with the wind blowing a little bit more towards center. And Hillman does a good job making the catch for Odegaard right now, able to retire the last 5 batters in consecutive order. As this is foul back, it's 0-1. So Odegaard was chased out of the game after 3 2/3, and then O'Keefe went an inning and a third, and now Odegaard has had the last 5 outs, trying to make it 6 straight and see if the Vikings can get a little comeback brewing in the bottom half of the 7th. 0-1 pitch, going to be hit on the ground. This goes to Nipstead. Good clean glove there by Sierra. Throws it across to Fuchsa. And that's a 3-up, 3-down inning back-to-back here for Odegaard in the circle. So we make our way to the bottom half of the 7th. Vikings down to their final 3 outs. Thompson leads it by 4.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Bottom of the 7th inning we go here in Kindred in a game that's an hour and 45 old here today. And for the Vikings, it'll be their heart of the lineup. Their 3, 4, and 5 batters due up with Janet Dezark, Sierra Nipstead, and Kate Odegaard due up here for Kindred. And what they need right now, down by 4, is base runners here for the Vikings. Kindred with a run in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, while for Thompson, 2 runs in the 2nd and 3rd, 7 runs in the top of the 4th inning, and 1 in the top of the 5th. As Abby Olson looking for the complete game win. As this one goes foul, it's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here to Janet Dezark. She does have a run scored today, has reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice and once on an air. The 0-2 swing and a miss, and Olson gets her 7th strikeout in the circle. The Vikings are down to 2 outs. Sierra Nipstead at the plate. As this will miss outside for a ball. 1-0. Sierra with 2 runs scored, a run driven in, a walk and a single, then hit a double play to work in her last time up. As this one goes foul, it's now 1-1. That's to finish off the 4th inning. So soft little line drive to work, and they got the lead runner with Josie Mathis then out third base. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the sophomore third baseman. As Nipstead will see this miss for a ball. It's now 2-1. Sierra awfully good when it comes to a basketball. Seeing her and Liza Trembeth helping out the Vikings make their way to the state tournament. Those two getting a lot of the marquee publicity with the scoring that they were able to do for Coach Brandt here in the winter. Now Sierra Nipstead looking to get a board here in the bottom of the 7th and see if Kindred again can get some base runners going here against Abby Olson. Also in the 3-up, 3-down 6th. She's retired her last 5 batters faced. 3-1 pitch going to be hit, popped up. That'll go to the second baseman, Jam Sierra. Eliason was there, and a pop out, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now to Kate Odegaard. Odegaard looking to get a board to see if she can bring up her sister in Charlie. As Kate is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch swinging, hits one to work, and this one goes to the shortstop, working across the diamond in time to retire this side. So for Olson, retired 7 straight batters to finish off this baseball game. That has gone final today at 6:18. So a game that goes 1 hour and 47 minutes here in Kindred. The Thompson Tommies win it by a final of 12-8. Thompson improves to 10-1 on the season. Kindred drops to 8-2 on the year. Post-game show, take a look at our final box score. That and more still to come here today from Kindred.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we come back here on our post-game show, now time to get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That, again, is Enbridge.com. Kind of a tandem combination here. Abby Olson, obviously, for what she did in the circle, 7 innings of work. But anytime you get 4 home runs hit, you got to kind of give it to the 4 that hit the home runs. Abby Olson again with a 2-run shot, a solo homer by Fiona Hendrickson. Kaya Hurst with the grand slam, and then Presley Hedelvit with a solo home run. So we're going to kind of give it to the team home run perspective, where they hit 4 round trippers here today for the Thompson Tommies. Those are our players of the game in terms of that home run variety and that pop at the plate, where you start going through. You got 8 of the 12 runs here for Thompson again via the round tripper here for Thompson. So those 4 players hitting those 4 home runs are our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Our Agassiz Precision Egg play the contest. A couple of them, Nipstead able to get a double play over at a third base, one that was lined by Kaya Hurst with the bases loaded to keep the Vikings very much within striking distance, so that was part of it. But another one was a really nice play by Hendrickson behind the plate, taking a potential at bat away from Kittleson eventually, as that one was from behind the plate, made a stretch catch there and makes the out. So Lila Kittleson, again, was retired out in the 6th inning after a really good play by Hendrickson behind the plate. That is our play of the game, brought to you in part by Agassiz, your local precision planting dealer. Go to AgassizPrecisionAg.com. That's, again, AgassizPrecisionAg.com. Take a look at the final box score in this one. Thompson, 12 runs on 11 hits, 3 errors with 3 runners left on base. Kindred, 8 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. Abby Olson, 7 innings of work, gives up 5 hits. There were 5 runs, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Odegaard goes 5 2/3, picks up the loss here today. 9 hits, 11 runs with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. O'Keefe, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 1 run that was earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Calling with 2 runs driven in, goes 1 of 3 with a double and a walk. Maya Warkin goes 2 for 3 today at the plate with 2 runs scored, a walk as well. Kaya Hurst with a grand slam back in the 4th inning. She did score 2 runs with 4 runs driven in as Hurst goes 1 of 3. Sydney Eliason goes 1 of 4 with 2 runs driven in, a single back in the 3rd. Fiona Hendrickson able to reach base 3 times, has a run driven in with a run scored as well here today. Abby Olson with a 2-run homer in the 2nd. She was able to reach base on a walk in the 4th inning as she goes 1 of 3. Veit was able to reach base twice with 2 runs scored in the 4th and the 5th with a solo home run in the 5th inning as she goes 2 for 4. Lopez goes 0 for 4 today with a run scored in the 4th, and then Oster able to go 1 of 3 with a run scored in the 4th inning. For the Kindred Vikings, Kittleson, sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, goes 0 for 2 today with a run scored. Mathis able to score a run in the 3rd inning as she goes 1 of 3. Tazarek goes 0 for 4 with a run scored in the 3rd. Sierra Nipstead reaches base twice with a run driven in, 2 runs scored, goes 2 for 3. Kate Odegaard 0 for 4. Charlie Odegaard goes 1 of 3 today with a single and 2 runs driven in. Fuchsa reaches base twice. She goes 1 of 3 today with a single back in the 5th inning. Ava O'Keefe with a walk and a run scored in the 4th goes 0 for 2, and Emma Schmitz reaches base twice with 2 runs scored as she goes 1 of 2 today here in the contest. Again, your final, it's 12-8 Thompson as they pick up the win. We're back with more after this here in Kindred.
Every Sunday I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. Like, we laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Degelman.
I thoroughly like coming, walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
We wouldn't be where we are at today without all of our great employees.
Helps my bottom line. It gives back money to the community.
Of course, there's always concern with the roads. And of course, the jobs that's created because of it, we can always use extra jobs. And of course, the tax revenue and the income and for the schools.
They're very good economic for the community. I mean, they keep everybody going. There's more money to come in.
There's going to be income coming to this fire department that they can count on. And we don't have to keep on upping the property tax.
This will help people stay here, keep farming. How can you go wrong?
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
As we come back here on YourLiveVent.com, join us is Abby Olson, one of the 4 players who hit a home run today here for Thompson. As they had 4 of them, Abby got it going in the 2nd inning with a 2-run homer. Abby, let's talk about that before we talk about your play in the circle. Just kind of what were you seeing there, first pitch swinging there in the 2nd inning, and just kind of take us through that at bat.
So I got up there. I've been in a little bit of a slump lately, so I'm like, okay, you just got to get the ball on the bat, just figure it out. First one straight down the middle, I was like, yep, this is what I want. Swung and I felt it right off the bat. I was like, yep, that's great. It felt so good. Able to have 7 runs in the 4th inning, obviously the big grand slam by Kaya Hurst. What does that do when you can just see some fellow teammates put a really good swing at it? Obviously, Claire Calling with a 2 RBI double before that, but Hurst gets that 4-run homer, that grand slam. Just kind of what does that do for you in the circle? It makes my job easier in a sense. Making sure, I don't have to worry about, this is going to happen. Just shoot strikes, like always. I always shoot strikes, but it just kind of makes it a little more easier and make you feel a little less tense and everything. But it's so great to watch my teammates go out there and then have a great swing and a great at-bat, and then just coming out and cheering them on and being like, great job. Let's talk about Fiona Hendrickson. She made a really good play in the 6th inning there against Skittleson. That pop-up that was right behind home plate, didn't have much time to react to it. When she can make defensive plays from that perspective as a catcher, just what have you seen from her maturation and just kind of your chemistry throughout, in the circle and behind the plate? Me and Fiona have been friends. She's been my catcher for forever, as long as I can remember. She's been my catcher. And it's just so great to, like, senior season, and she's my catcher again. And we just have that great chemistry. We're friends outside, best friends outside, and it's just great to know that we can bring that chemistry onto the field as well. And then watching her make those plays is just so much better.
Final thing, Abby, moving forward here, you got the midseason madness coming up. A couple of games on Monday that got rescheduled from yesterday with tomorrow with Carrington and Mayport CG. So what do you want to see from your team going before you get to that Region 2 tournament here, Abby?
Just keep building and know that we're not done yet. We just got to keep building. We're so close to region season, and we can't let up here. Just keep going at it like we've been. Like these past couple games, we've been playing pretty good softball, and we've been working as a team and just coming together as one. Just keep coming together as one and just keep working hard, and it'll pay off.
Abby, thanks so much for your time. We'll let you pop the headsets off to your teammate there with Fiona.
Perfect, thank you.
Again, Abby Olson with us here on YourLiveEvent.com. The pitcher as we go now to the catcher with Fiona. Again, Hendrickson able to get that solo home run as well in the fourth inning. I was just talking with Abby here, Fiona, about 4 home runs hit by 4 different players here today in the lineup. Just kind of what does that do for a team when you see the first one by Abby go, and then the next couple innings everybody else just kind of adds to it a little bit?
For sure brings up the morale of the team, especially when I don't think we were up at that point, so it definitely makes us offensively feel more confident for sure.
Behind the plate made a really nice play in the 6th inning there where Kittleson's up to the plate. It's a little foul ball. Just take us kind of through that one. How quickly did you have to turn around and see where the pop-up was, so to speak, before you ran into the fence here?
Yeah, that one was a tough one. I definitely had to do a roundabout around the umpire. Didn't really know where it was, kind of just prayed.
For you, Fiona, in a game like this where you get the bats going, just kind of what do you hope to carry over moving forward to the midseason madness this weekend? Carrington, Mayport, CG upcoming on Monday.
For sure keep the bats going. We definitely need offensively good. Our defense normally does pretty good, but if we can keep our offense up, that's how we win games.
Take us through Kaya Hurst, just when she hit that grand slam, kind of just take us through what was kind of going through your mind, capping off 7 runs there in that inning.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited for her. I think I was the first out of the dugout, literally on the field before it went over the fence. I was so happy.
Hey, Fiona, congratulations on this one. We'll let you go warm up. Best of luck moving forward.
Perfect, thank you.
Fiona Hendrickson again with us here on YourLiveEvent.com as the Thompson Tommies win it 12-8 over the Kindred Vikings. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast. Join us for more high school sports on YourLiveEvent.com, from baseball to softball to track and field upcoming here on Your Live Event throughout the month of May. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday.